Brought to you by Penguin.
Lucy Carmichael by Margaret Kennedy, with a foreword by Lucy Mangan, read by Annabel Scholey and Charlotte Davey.
Disclaimer. This book is a child of 1951 and may contain language or depictions that some listeners might find outdated today. Our general approach is to leave the book as the author wrote it. We encourage listeners to consider the work critically and in its historical and social context.
To Julia Davis. Foreword. There is something for everyone in Margaret Kennedy's 10th novel, Lucy Carmichael. There is romance, an impeccably austere interwar sort that thrills so much more than anything set in our own hopelessly expressive age, of various kinds. First we see thwarted love, for when we meet Lucy she is jilted at the altar by her semi-celebrity fiancé Patrick Riley, his career then, as now, the reddest of flags to all except the sweet young thing whose heart he has captured. Then a possible alternative candidate. Though can a man who sports the nickname Terrific Charles ever really be the one? Before that one finally arrives on the scene and shows the others up for the pallid imitations of men and soulmates that they always were. Tremendously satisfying stuff. There is a wonderful limbing of female friendship and solidarity between the eponymous heroine and her best friend Melissa, whose faith in Lucy we see gradually prove to be absolutely justified over the year we follow her as she recovers from Patrick's betrayal. Melissa is one of those secondary characters who, free of the weight of carrying the narrative, can almost threaten to overshadow the protagonist. It is not just the devil, but often the sidekick who gets the best lines, and Melissa has plenty. How can you not love and long instantly to know better a woman who describes herself to her slightly baffled fiancé John as an emotional ascetic? You'll find me uncommonly easy to live with. I hardly ever have moods. I don't approve of them. I dote on equanimity. But if a mood should overtake me, I expect that lapse to be pardoned and overlooked, like the hiccups. Emotional incontinence everywhere, please take note. There are finely wrought, frequently exquisitely devastating sentences everywhere, as befits an author devoted to, and writer of a critical volume on, Jane Austen. Why? Asked Melissa, permitting herself a fleeting glance of astonishment at Joan's ankles. And a constant, though never obtrusive, anatomization of class. Lady Frances, the widow of a self-made millionaire who founded an arts institute so that his fellow working man need never be deprived of the culture that he hungered for in his youth, is a kind of Lady Catherine de Bourgh with heart, for she loved and continues after his death to love her husband dearly. All her principles were founded upon an unshaken belief that earls are superior to commoners. The next generation cannot be so sure, though they wish to be so. The spirit of the age had got at them, and they could not be perfectly certain that they were better than anyone else. But it is Lady Frances' certainty, and the sense of noblesse oblige that comes with it, that keeps the Institute going, until figures with less sense of responsibility and duty succeed in their machinations. To move the poor man from his gate to the castle may be the right thing for society eventually, Kennedy suggests. Particularly once talented working-class actor Owen enters the story. But this does not mean nothing is risked or lost along the way. Austen also lives in the acute psychological insight that characterises all Kennedy's work. In Lucy Carmichael, it perhaps finds its greatest expression when Lucy takes a job at the Arts Institute, a liminal place full of the potential for transformations of all kinds, looking out over both the rural village of Ravensbridge and the new town that is filling the valley with workers as the area industrialises. Kennedy places her heroine amidst a large cast of wildly differing characters, from the kindly director to its scheming administrator, via various eccentric creatives, and sets her to navigating the hidden agendas, covert manoeuvrings, and overt conflicts, driven by major and minor ambitions, clashing temperaments and goals, and some people's simple love of drama of the pettiest, non-theatrical kind. The unassuming lump, as the Arts Centre is known, is a cross between a 17th...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?